Jag heter Lovisa och det här är Sabina. Vi har tillsammans gjort den här informationsfilmen om hur det är att vara hörselskadad i ett u-land, i det här fallet Laos. Under 10 dagar hade vi möjligheten att tillsammans med HRF, Hörselskadades riksförbund, vara här i Laos. Vi har träffat läkare, audionomer och hörselskadade samt döva. Vi har dessutom haft möjligheten att besöka en dövskola som SDR och HRF i sina projekt har varit med och stöttat.
Filmen innehåller en intervju med Dr. Saedet. Vi har intervjuat 3 personer som är aktiva inom dövenheten i LDPA, handikapporganisationen här i landet. Och slutligen så har vi intervjuat en volontär som heter Charlie. Han kommer från USA och han berättar om kommunikationssvårigheter för teckenspråken.
The first question is, do you make any difference in deaf and hard of hearing? People with hard of hearing. That hard of hearing exists as a group in life.
For the people with the hard of hearing and the deaf people. So in Laos, we have what we call make the difference between the hard of hearing and the deaf people. So we call them deaf people for hard of hearing and for the deaf.
Thank you. How many registered hard of hearing for deaf is there in this year, in 2007?
This year, for the people with hard of hearing, all the number is I have not put in my statistic for the year 2007, but for the year 2006 we have about 2,400.
And how many should it be? How many do you think it is? Total amount of?
Oh, this data is the data from we call hospital base. So we have not make the statistic, make we call the study in the we call the provinces. So our data is the hospital base database.
It should be so much more people with hard of hearing.
So I answer that. Here is the statistic from my ENT department, but from the other hospitals, from the province, we have not got the number, the statistic of the people with hard of hearing. So we may make the calculation here how many inhabitants, and for the person who come to examine, to consult us here, we have how many, so we can calculate. Okay.
How does the communication with other work?
อยู่ในเวียดนามของน้องนี่น้องมีปัญหาเกี่ยวกับการสื่อสารในกับเวียดนามของเขา
การในเรียกงานเนาะการสื่อสารเป็นปัญหาแล้วการเขียนไปนะเราอาจจะเขียนคำศัพท์ที่ว่าปีนกันแล้วยังไงคนปกติเข้าใจยากหน่อยนึง
The problem in communication in her work is quite difficult when she try to explain, people don't understand, and when she try to write and show to the normal people, they still don't understand because her writing is not good enough.
How do you communicate with your parents and your siblings? Do they know the language?
อยู่ในครอบครัวเขาพัวพันกับพ่อแม่เขาและไอ้น้องเขาวิธีใดก็เจ้าเข้าใจภาษามือเขาบอก
ก็จะเข้าใจได้ เราจะว้าวได้ใช้ภาษาเราจะได้ภาษา
They understand a little bit because the parent learn a little bit about the sign language, so they can communication with her a little bit.
So you have always been deaf, or did you get the sign language? I asked if you always or got that by experience.
แล้วเราหูเรื่องมาตลอดหรือว่าเราเรื่องอาการบางครั้งเราไม่ได้ได้ยินแต่บางครั้งเราไม่ได้ยิน
ใช่เป็นเรื่องทางเราจะ
Sometimes when he use a hearing aid, just can help him he can hear something when he use a hearing aid.
That means that you are not completely deaf. You are hearing impaired.
เพราะว่าที่ผ่านมาเราต้องผ่านอะไรแล้วฟ้าเขามองอะไรเราใช้เขา
Yeah, before that he used to listen to the Thai music, the Thai song. He's okay. And after a while, he went the thunder, the thunder boom very strongly. So from since then, he cannot hear anymore.
Earlier, I was asked a question about the difficulties with sign language here, and I was telling one of the people in the group that when we get someone who quits on staff here, one of the assistants for Mr. Bunten quits, they have to find someone else to be hired and fill that person's space. Finding a person who is hearing, who can also sign, is very difficult over here. The teachers at the School for the Deaf are actually physical therapists who went over for short-term training in Thailand for about 4 months. So their sign language skills aren't particularly good. It hasn't been really intensive training for long term. So finding someone who can sign as well as a school teacher at the National School for the Deaf is even more difficult. When someone does come in, they usually don't have the sign language skills, and they have to communicate by writing. Fortunately, Buntam lost his hearing after he had finished high school for a number of years, so he knows how to read and write. But most young people who go to the National School for the Deaf learn to read and write at a very low level. So reading and writing skills among the deaf in Laos is very low, and then finding sign language skills outside of the deaf community is very difficult.